man must have a code.
That wasn't very nice. Well, if we keep this up, one of us is going to die. So, you can either admit you made a stupid mistake and we both loot, or, well, one of us is going back to the coast. So, it's up to you, buddy. The way I see it, you're stuck up there.
I spent quite a while running around the building here, checking different angles and waiting for this guy to peek out. He never did after his initial shots, and he never attempted to communicate with me. I assume he is combat logged, but I can't really risk moving all the way to the top level. If he was still up there laying prone, he could easily kill me. After sweeping around the exterior of the building one more time, I decided to make a break for it and try to get a better angle on the top level, just in case he's still up there and waiting for a good shot on me. If he's still logged in, now would be his perfect opportunity to stand up and take shots at me, but he never does. You see this kind of behavior a lot at airfields. If people see you, they attempt to kill you on sight, which is understandable enough. What's not understandable is that after failing to kill you, they will not hesitate to log out as soon as they think they can, for fear that they will lose all of their precious gear. Did you see that? There's a player at the top of the crow's nest. I'm not sure if he saw me or not, so I take some cover and wait it out a while. After waiting several minutes for him to come to the next crow's nest, I figure he's probably running through the rest of the tents, so I carefully move up along the wall. Right when I'm about to give up my search, I spot movement in the other crow's nest. Again, I'm not sure if he spotted me or not, so I lay prone and prepare for a gunfight. Fortunately for me, he was completely oblivious to my presence, and he's in loot mode, where he's moving as quickly as possible from one loot spot to the next without carefully checking everything around him. This is a common rookie mistake. It doesn't matter where you are on the map or how many people are online, you should always assume there's another player nearby and act accordingly, especially at airfields with 50 players online. I know exactly where he's going, and seeing as he's decided to follow the road, I know I can get there in time to catch him in the middle of looting. I'll wait a few extra moments to be sure he's out of sight, and that he isn't traveling with any friends.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
He never responded to me. I checked around the building to see if he was camping the bottom level, and I didn't see anything, so I decided to breach. I have to be really careful here, because he could be inside and using third person to see me coming. All of the possibilities are running through my mind in this moment. Maybe he combat logged, maybe he's camping the top of the stairs, maybe he's ghosting and will be flanking me at any second. You just don't know in these situations. You just have to trust your instincts and have confidence in your own ability. I sit and watch the top level for quite a while, and when I finally look down, I notice
Can you hear me?
trails behind the stairs. This is a sure sign that he combat logged. It's unfortunate that this is still possible in DayZ. Ultimately, it punishes patience and rewards people for making bad decisions. If they screw up, they can just run inside of a building and log out, hedging their bets that you won't be reckless enough to run in after them. It also encourages kill on sight. This player and I could have had an interesting interaction and negotiated for our lives, but instead, he took the path of the coward. In this clip, the server just restarted, and I'm looting the airfield looking for a long-range scope. It's the last thing I need from this place before I can get out of here. I come across a player and make a split-second decision of questionable morality. Shoot him, or try to communicate. I wasn't in the best position to hold this guy up, and he could be with friends while I'm alone. If I tried to communicate peacefully, he could have turned to shoot me. It was a tough call, but I didn't have time to think through it much, so I went with my gut. I go into this tree to look around, making sure there's nobody coming. It's very risky for me to check this guy's body, and I know this. But it's also very possible that this guy has picked up a long-range scope from the north end of the airfield, so I figure it's worth the risk. Unfortunately, no luck on the scope. For a split second, I feel bad for killing this guy, but soon, you'll see why it would have been too risky to do anything else.
What? You got pretty owned, buddy.
These men would never break, never lie down, never bend over for anybody. Anybody.